Hello friends, here I want to start now the discussion about parliamentary system. We have in last lecture discussed about structure of the parliamentary government and presidential government. Right? I explained very elaborate about both type of governments. But now here, if we consider that in democracy, who is important? Representatives. They are more important because from the representatives, which party has majority members will form governments. So, the representatives are more important in democracy. The leader of the party, which party has majority members, have won the seats, will become prime minister at the national level, and his selected members will form elected government or elected council of ministers. And in the same way, at the state level, the chief minister and his council of ministers will be formed. So remember, these all ministers will responsible to the parliament at the national level to respond, and they will be distributed different departments or assigned different duties. So now here I have concluded the last lecture's topic about explanation of parliamentary democracy. Now I want to discuss about formation of parliament. See, we all know that parliament is house or the formation of two houses. There are two houses in parliament. The upper house is called Rajya Sabha and the lower house is called Lok Sabha. And president is considered as integral part of parliament. When every year first session starts, president comes to the parliament and deliver his speech in which he explains what is important activity of his government. Rajya Sabha is considered as a upper house, but the power to the Rajya Sabha are less than Lok Sabha. Remember this line. There are 250 members are sitting in Rajya Sabha. Out of these 250 members, 12 members are nominated by president coming from different various fields with their achievements. These dignitaries are appointed or nominated by president on the advice of government of India, and they will sit with remain 238 members, and 238 members are coming from different states in Rajya Sabha. In these 238 members, 11 members are coming from Gujarat. In Lok Sabha, there are total numbers 545 members. In these 545 members, 543 members are elected by the people, and 2 members are appointed from Anglo-Indian community. Means 543 plus 2. Now you can ask me question, what is the Anglo-Indian community? That by the freedom or before that, Some families have settled in India in which out of father and mother both, one is English and one is Indian, who have settled here are known as Anglo-Indian community. And from this community, two members are usually nominated from this community as advised by Government of India. President of India nominate these two members. And in 543 members, 26 members are coming from Gujarat. Means now you have to remember here, 11 members are sitting in Rajya Sabha from Gujarat and 26 members are sitting in Lok Sabha from Gujarat. So it means Gujarat weightage in total members 37 from including both, right? Okay. The Indian Parliament formed after independence as by establishment of constitution in India. The main feature of decision making in a democracy is people's consent and their participation. Means as the people want, the government is formed. In our democratic system of governance, the parliament is having maximum power from election to the appointment all the way throughout the nation. The elected representatives are sitting in parliament in all the way. Generally, functions of parliament are divided in two activities. First is to control the government by asking questions and guiding them. Second is to frame the law, to run the administration of India, and as required do the amendment of the law. Now remember one thing, that parliament is formation of elected representatives of India sitting in the parliament. So here the importance of parliament is always important. Importance of parliament is always important to the people. Looking after the democracy to be alive is only possible by parliament. If the parliament is not formed, our democracy cannot exist. Okay, I started to discuss just before formation of houses, right? I discussed some numbers. Now I want to discuss about formation of Lok Sabha. It is formed for 5 years. Means the term of every Lok Sabha is of 5 years. So after every 5 years, the new Lok Sabha will completely reframed. Each constituency of the India is presented by one elected member in the parliament. He will represent his constituency. Constituency means different areas of the India is divided in 545 divisions, and every division is called constituency. For every constituency, one representative is elected and people trust him, confidence him, so send him to present their problem in the parliament. The candidate who contest for any constituency seat are usually active in various political parties. So it means in the election, in every constituency seat, different political parties will put their candidate, and out of this candidate people will find appropriate candidate for them to present their problem, and whoever will be elected and will send to the Lok Sabha will be known as member of parliament, MP, member of parliament. All these elected members are collectively sitting in Lok Sabha and present problem of their respective state, right? So here I discussed about formation of Lok Sabha.